Life is full of problems. You have problems. I have problems. Your children have problems. Your parents have problems. The people you know have problems. Your other relatives have problems. Listen, human life is full of problems. Young people have problems. Old people have problems. Middle-aged people have problems. College students, rich people, poor people, obese people, skinny people, strong people, weak people. Everybody has problems. Here's the thing about problems is that you have an enormous amount of influence over the kind of problems you're going to have. Let me give you an example. If you decide that you are going to break into a liquor store and rob it, you have an entirely different set of problems than the owner of that liquor store or a customer of that liquor store. Problems are often dictated by the choices that we make. I firmly believe that there's a couple of things we can agree on in life, and one of those things is the fact that we're all going to experience problems at some point or another throughout the course of our life. I don't know any human being that has ever not had a problem. Some handle them well, some handle them poorly, some don't even try to handle them at all, and they just remain problems forever. Trust me, we've all been there. What's the difference between a successful person and a non-successful person? If the common denominator is a life of problems, how would anybody ever be able to escape their problems or solve their problems? Well, I think a lot of it comes down to the choices that we make, the amount of resilience that we have, and of course, our view of problems. I own a gym, Peak Point Fitness. I don't know where you're watching this from. If you are in Central Missouri, we're located right behind Walmart on Jackson Road. I know through over 27 years in the United States Army that problems can be solved. Approaches to problems can be changed. Solutions for a single problem vary wildly, which means more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not going to skin any cats. All I'm saying, there's multiple approaches. But if your resilience level is so low, if your mental toughness is so low, you're not going to be able to think clearly during the approach to the problem, okay? There are a million problems I could come up with, and I'm kind of drawing a blank here, but I know in principle that when you are resilient, when you're tough, you can solve problems much easier than the person that is not. Why are you even talking about this, Gary? I'll tell you why. Physical fitness is, in my mind, one of the most practical ways that you can literally condition yourself to solve problems better. For example, let's say you first join a gym and you can't even bench press the bar. In order to do that, you're going to have to do a variety of exercises to strengthen the muscles of your chest, shoulders, and triceps. It's going to be difficult. You're going to sweat. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be sore. It's going to hurt. You're going to fail and fail and fail until the day comes where you bench press that bar. Next thing you know, you're putting some tens on there. Now you're bench pressing the bar in 20 pounds. You're going right up 135, 155. And now you're moving real weight. When you endure the process of physical conditioning, it teaches your body that you can do difficult things. As James Clear would put it, you are casting a vote to become a tough, resilient person. By physically showing up every single day to the gym or every single day that you've decided that you're going to show up, you are casting a vote for a person that desires to be consistent, to be a reliable person. Of course, the physical act of lifting weights obviously is difficult, but when you consistently do it, that's difficult. And when you consistently do difficult things, guess what? You learn that you can handle problems. Your body learns that it can achieve goals. Your body learns that it can be consistent and be reliable. And you can achieve things that you didn't think were possible just a few weeks before. So that, therefore, when you can solve little problems here in the gym, you can solve big problems outside. That's why I always say that physical fitness is the foundation of a good life. Because if you can control your body, if you can shape your body, that means you can do nearly anything. And let me explain. If you want to lose weight, what do you have to do? You often have to reduce your caloric intake, reduce your calories, eat smarter, which means there's going to be times where you're going to be really damn hungry, but you're going to have to resist that urge, and you will. And what happens when you successfully resist that urge? You cast a vote for yourself to be a more tough, resilient person. Yes, I can resist a craving. I can make a smaller portion. I can choose water over soda. I can choose 10 push-ups instead of a cigarette. I can choose a soda over a beer. I don't know, but you can tell yourself that you are able to overcome these obstacles. What's another word for obstacle? Problem. You can overcome your problems. You can solve your problems. You can overcome these obstacles. Showing up, being consistent, challenging yourself in here in a very, very practical way slowly teaches your body that you are reliable. Think about what you have to do, especially if you come early in the morning. You have to get up early, which is not something you like to do. You have to get yourself ready. You have to drink water, which you don't feel like doing. You have to come in here. You have to see the lights. You have to hear the music. You have to see the people. Things you probably don't want to do at 5 a.m. And you have to lift weights in order to change your body, maintain your body, or improve your body. All those things are things you don't want to do. But here's what happens when you walk out of here after a good workout. You feel absolutely incredible. So in your mind, you will quickly begin to associate early mornings, drinking water, coming in hearing the music, seeing the people lifting the weights. You will associate that with positive change. And knowing that you can take practical steps to encourage positive change means that you will be able to approach a problem and take the steps necessary for a positive change. In other words, being resilient and tough and consistent at the gym will help you solve problems in your life. I would rather have the problem of driving my Lamborghini or my Ferrari than the problem of trying to catch a bus. You can choose your problem. Am I telling you that coming to the gym is going to set you up to buy a Lamborghini? Kinda. Because if you can master your body in here, if you can master your cravings, if you can master your time management by showing up to a gym voluntarily, you can do anything. I don't know what your goals are, but I know that the human mind takes time to change. And I also know that the human body requires a whole lot of effort up front in order to form a habit. Did you know discipline does not make a good life? Habits do. And did you know that discipline is very much a fleeting thing? You can't be disciplined for very long, but you can start a habit with discipline. If it takes you 21 days to establish a habit, you only need discipline for 21 days to build that habit, and then you can move on to something else. It's incremental steps. Working out in the gym for 8 hours is not going to change your body. But working out for 20 minutes over 8 weeks is going to change your body. You don't get in shape instantly, and you don't solve problems instantly, and you don't become more resilient instantly. But if you come to the gym and you exercise daily, you will start to learn how to solve more of life's problems. I know it because I see it. I know it because I've lived it, and I do it every single day. So I strongly urge you to consider joining a gym and working on your life. Take care.